Did you know that nearly 40% of couples face hidden incompatibilities that slowly undermine their happiness? Have you ever wondered if the person you love is truly the right match for your future? Today, we are here to explore those subtle yet powerful early warning signs of incompatibility and to offer you actionable solutions to help build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. My name is Your Name, and on this channel, we share timeless wisdom and psychological insights drawn from the teachings of great philosophers and life experiences. I believe that every relationship is a journey of self-discovery and growth, and our mission is to empower you to recognize when a relationship might be heading down an unsustainable path and to help you take charge of your emotional well-being. This video is not only an honest evaluation of potential red flags, it is also a guide to personal growth and building a life of inner peace and fulfillment. In the next segment, we will dive into the key early signs of an incompatible relationship. Today, we will examine warning signals ranging from love bombing and the lack of genuine connection to frequent communication breakdowns and mismatched life goals. I will share real-life examples that illustrate these signs clearly, discussing their long-term impact on your emotional health and overall happiness. We will also look at how these subtle indicators, when left unaddressed, can evolve into larger issues that may eventually tear a relationship apart. Stay with me until the end, where I will reveal special tips and practical strategies for nurturing balance, respect, and honest communication in your relationships. I invite you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your insights may not only help you gain clarity but also support others who might be facing similar challenges. Let's embark on this journey of awareness and empowerment together, and learn how to create relationships that truly honor who we are. Recognizing early signs of incompatibility is essential because it allows you to address issues before they grow into deeper emotional pain. In our relationships, small red flags, often overlooked in the excitement of new love, can gradually erode trust and harmony. In my own journey, as well as through the wisdom of ancient philosophers and modern psychological insights, I've learned that catching these signs early is like noticing a small crack in a foundation before it turns into a major structural problem. When you recognize a subtle imbalance or a recurring issue, it saves you time and emotional energy, giving you a chance to have an honest conversation or make a necessary change before things become insurmountable. Now, let's briefly overview some of the common red flags that indicate incompatibility. First, there's imbalanced affection, such as love bombing, where one partner showers you with extravagant gestures that may feel overwhelming and superficial rather than building a deep, genuine connection. Next, the lack of engagement in everyday moments is a key indicator. When you miss the small, shared experiences that build a strong bond, it can signal that the relationship lacks the warmth of mutual interest. Poor communication is another critical red flag. If conversations frequently turn into misunderstandings or heated arguments, it suggests that you're not on the same wavelength. Additionally, conflicting values and life goals, such as different visions for the future or mismatched priorities, can create constant tension. Finally, a loss of authenticity, where you feel compelled to hide who you really are to please your partner, is perhaps the most damaging of all. Let's examine each of these signs in depth to understand their roots and what they truly mean for a relationship. I encourage you to reflect on these insights and share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might help someone else recognize a pattern they've been ignoring. Early recognition isn't about being critical, it's about empowering yourself to cultivate healthier, more respectful, and more fulfilling relationships. Love bombing, while initially thrilling and exciting, can often mask a deeper absence of genuine emotional connection. At first glance, grand gestures like lavish gifts, extravagant promises of a future together, and non-stop affectionate messages seem like the epitome of romance. However, when these actions replace true, heartfelt communication, they become superficial. Imagine a scenario where your partner surprises you with expensive jewelry or plans an elaborate romantic getaway every weekend, yet when you try to share your feelings or discuss your dreams and concerns, they quickly change the subject or offer empty reassurances. Over time, this imbalance creates a relationship where the focus is on appearances and surface-level displays of love rather than on nurturing an authentic bond. I once knew a friend who fell deeply in love with someone who showered her with incredible gifts and grand declarations. At the beginning, she was swept off her feet by the intensity of his attention. But as months passed, she began to notice that despite all the extravagance, her partner rarely took the time to listen when she talked about her personal struggles or her aspirations. Instead of engaging in meaningful conversation, he was more interested in planning the next big romantic gesture. Eventually, she realized that while he was skilled at creating a dazzling spectacle, he was unable to connect with her on a deeper level. This realization left her feeling empty and unfulfilled, as if the true essence of who she was being overlooked. The lesson here is clear: authentic connection in a relationship is built on shared values and genuine understanding, not just on lavish displays of affection. True intimacy comes from listening, empathizing, and growing together through honest dialogue. I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt that your partner's grand gestures were all show, without the warmth of real connection? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story might help someone else recognize when love is becoming too performative and not enough. Remember, a relationship that thrives is one where both partners feel truly seen and heard. One of the key foundations of a lasting relationship is the ability to appreciate and engage in the small moments that make up our daily lives. When you share a simple observation, like pointing out a beautiful bird soaring overhead or reminiscing about a cherished memory, and your partner dismisses or ignores these moments, it can gradually create a deep emotional void. Imagine starting your day with excitement, eager to share something that brings you joy, only to be met with indifference. I recall a personal experience where I would enthusiastically describe a stunning sunset to my partner during our evening walks, but instead of sharing in that wonder, they would barely acknowledge it, often distracted by their phone or preoccupied with other thoughts. Over time, these missed opportunities for genuine connection can erode the intimate bond that sustains a relationship. In healthy relationships, it's the small, everyday interactions that build a foundation of trust and mutual understanding. These little moments are like seeds that, when nurtured, grow into a strong, resilient connection. Neglecting them, however, not only leaves you feeling isolated but can also signal that the emotional priorities between you and your partner are misaligned. This isn't about expecting every interaction to be grand or life-changing. Rather, it's about recognizing that authentic love thrives on the cumulative effect of these simple, shared experiences. If you have ever felt that your partner overlooks these small yet significant moments, I invite you to reflect on how this might be impacting your connection. Consider sharing your story or thoughts in the comments below. Your experience might resonate with others who have felt similarly. By opening up about these subtle signs, we can all learn to value the little things that truly matter, and work towards relationships where every small gesture is a building block for lasting love and mutual fulfillment. Poor communication and constant conflict can be among the most draining aspects of a relationship, even when the initial spark is still present. Often, what begins as a minor disagreement escalates into a heated argument where emotions run so high that both partners end up shouting, and instead of resolving the issue, the conversation leaves deep wounds. In other situations, one partner might completely withdraw, offering only silent treatment that prevents any chance for understanding or resolution. I once observed a couple where every discussion about everyday matters would either devolve into loud, chaotic exchanges or end with one partner storming off, leaving the other feeling abandoned and confused. Over time, this cycle of conflict and silence built up a mountain of unresolved issues, creating a toxic environment that sapped both of their emotional energy. The key lesson here is the importance of cultivating open, honest dialogue and practicing effective listening. When we take the time to express our feelings calmly and allow our partner the space to share theirs, we not only prevent small conflicts from snowballing but also build a stronger foundation of trust and mutual respect. It is crucial to understand that disagreements are natural and can even be healthy if handled with care. However, when communication consistently breaks down, it becomes a signal that something deeper needs to be addressed. I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever been in a situation where a simple conversation turned into a battle of words, leaving you feeling unheard and isolated? Perhaps you've noticed patterns in your relationship where every minor issue ends in shouting or the silence that follows speaks volumes. If so, sharing your story in the comments might help others who feel the same way, and together, we can learn to create more respectful and nurturing conversations. Remember, by choosing to communicate with openness and empathy, you empower both yourself and your partner to resolve conflicts constructively, ultimately fostering a more harmonious and fulfilling relationship. One of the most telling signs of a troubled relationship is an imbalanced dynamic of giving and receiving. In a truly healthy relationship, both partners should feel that their love and efforts are mutually valued and reciprocated. However, when one person is constantly giving, planning dates, making thoughtful gestures, and sacrificing personal time, while the other remains indifferent or fails to contribute in a similar way, the relationship turns into a transaction rather than a genuine connection. Over time, this imbalance not only leaves the giving partner feeling emotionally drained but also gradually erodes their self-worth and the overall trust between the couple. I recall a close friend who always went out of her way to create special moments. She would organize romantic evenings, surprise her partner with small gifts, and make continuous efforts to strengthen their bond. Despite all her dedication, her partner consistently took these gestures for granted. He rarely offered to plan something on his own or even acknowledged the extra effort she put in. This one-sided dynamic left her feeling unappreciated and eventually led to a deep sense of resentment. She found herself questioning whether her love and energy were truly valued, and the emotional void that developed made her wonder if the relationship was sustainable at all. The lesson here is that true intimacy and lasting love require balance and reciprocity. Both partners need to contribute to the relationship in their own unique ways. It is important to engage in open and honest conversations about your expectations and to ensure that both of you are nurturing the relationship equally. When you detect that the scale is tipping too far in one direction, it is a signal to re-examine the relationship dynamics before unresolved issues accumulate and cause irreversible damage. If you have ever experienced such an imbalance or feel that your efforts are not being matched, I encourage you to share your story in the comments below. Your experiences may help someone else recognize the importance of mutual support and equal contribution in a relationship. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on a foundation of respect, shared responsibility, and open communication, so do not be afraid to speak up for your needs and work towards a more balanced, fulfilling connection. Loss of trust and mutual respect are the cornerstones of any strong relationship, and when these are compromised, the entire foundation begins to crumble. Persistent jealousy, constant snooping, like a partner frequently checking your phone, and regular displays of contempt, such as dismissing your opinions with sarcasm or derision, can gradually erode the trust that binds two people together. I remember a friend who experienced this firsthand. Her partner's habit of invading her privacy and belittling her thoughts not only left her feeling hurt and isolated but also created an environment where open dialogue was nearly impossible. Instead of resolving conflicts through honest conversation, their interactions became a series of defensive reactions and unspoken resentments. It's important to understand that early intervention is key. If you notice these patterns developing, it might be a signal that something deeper is amiss in the relationship. This doesn't necessarily mean that the relationship is doomed, but it does call for an honest conversation about your mutual expectations and boundaries. True respect means acknowledging your partner's feelings and treating them with the kindness they deserve. Without that, even the smallest issues can escalate into major problems that affect every aspect of your life, from personal well-being to professional productivity. I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt that your partner's persistent distrust or dismissive attitude has chipped away at your confidence? If so, consider discussing these feelings openly, or even seeking guidance from a trusted counselor who can help both of you rebuild the essential trust. Your experience matters, and sharing it in the comments might offer support to someone else facing similar challenges. Remember, addressing these issues early can not only save your relationship but also empower you to maintain your dignity and self-worth. Let's work together to foster relationships that are built on genuine respect and mutual understanding. In many relationships, forcing yourself to change or hide your true self in order to please your partner can slowly erode your sense of identity and breed deep-seated resentment. When you constantly suppress your genuine interests and personality traits, you may feel like you are living a life that is not your own. For example, imagine someone who naturally enjoys quiet evenings at home reading a book or meditating, yet feels pressured to go out partying or engage in loud social activities because their partner expects them to be more outgoing. Over time, this constant effort to conform to someone else's expectations not only drains your energy but also diminishes the very qualities that make you unique. I recall a personal experience where I observed a friend who used to cherish calm, reflective nights at home. However, in an attempt to impress her partner who thrived in a vibrant social scene, she began to abandon her true preferences. She started attending parties and events that left her feeling overwhelmed and disconnected from her inner self. Eventually, the disconnect grew so severe that she found herself questioning her worth and wondering if she had lost a part of who she truly was. This change created a toxic cycle where she was no longer seen or valued for her authentic self, and the relationship began to suffer as a result. The lesson here is clear: long-term happiness comes from being true to yourself. Authenticity is the cornerstone of a fulfilling relationship because it allows for genuine connection and mutual growth. Rather than sacrificing your identity to meet external expectations, it is crucial to communicate your needs and embrace your individuality. When both partners are allowed to be authentic, the relationship can evolve into a partnership that honors each person's unique qualities, fostering respect, trust, and lasting love. If you have ever felt compelled to change who you are just to fit into a role that isn't natural for you, I encourage you to reflect on your experiences and share them in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else to reclaim their authenticity and build a relationship that truly nurtures their soul. When you find that you are struggling to envision a future together with your partner, it may be a sign that your values and long-term goals are fundamentally misaligned. In a healthy relationship, both partners should share a common vision of what the future holds, as this shared dream serves as the glue that binds your daily lives and deepens your emotional connection. Consider a scenario where one partner is driven by a strong desire for adventure and travel, always eager to explore new places, meet new people, and embrace the unpredictability of life, while the other craves stability and a secure home life, longing for quiet evenings and a predictable routine. In such a situation, the adventurous partner might feel confined and frustrated by a life that seems too predictable, while the partner seeking stability could feel neglected and abandoned by the constant pull toward change. This mismatch is more than just a minor difference, it is a profound incompatibility that can create ongoing tension in daily decisions and long-term planning. It is important to understand that if you find it difficult to picture a future together because your life goals, values, or lifestyles diverge significantly, this is a red flag that should not be ignored. However, early recognition of these issues is not a cause for immediate despair. It is an opportunity to have an open, honest dialogue about your desires for the future. Discussing these differences can sometimes lead to a compromise, where both partners adjust their expectations and create a new, shared vision that respects each person's needs. If such alignment is not possible, acknowledging this incompatibility early on can save you from prolonged heartache and help you make informed decisions about your future. I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences and share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever felt torn between different visions of the future with your partner? Your insights may help others learn that true fulfillment in a relationship comes from building a shared path that honors both individuals' aspirations. Consistent passive-aggressive behavior is a subtle yet destructive force in any relationship. When conflicts are not addressed directly, and anger is expressed indirectly through sarcasm or silent treatments, unresolved issues can fester and eventually build into deep-seated resentment. Imagine a situation where every time a small disagreement arises, instead of discussing the matter openly, one partner resorts to biting remarks or withdrawing completely from the conversation. For example, you might find that your partner regularly makes sarcastic comments about your opinions or dismisses your concerns with a cold silence. Over time, these behaviors create an atmosphere where both of you feel unheard and undervalued, and the issues remain unaddressed. This pattern not only undermines the trust that is essential for a strong relationship but also erodes the emotional connection that should be nurtured through honest dialogue. In my own experience and through the wisdom passed down by philosophers and psychological experts, I have learned that avoiding direct confrontation does not resolve conflict, it only postpones it until it becomes overwhelming. A relationship thrives when both partners engage in open, respectful communication and actively work to understand each other's perspectives. Instead of letting passive aggression take root, it is crucial to adopt a proactive approach. When you notice that disagreements are consistently being masked by indirect anger, take a moment to pause and reflect on what might be the underlying issue. Then, consider initiating a calm conversation by saying something like, "I noticed we seem to avoid talking about our disagreements, and I feel that our true feelings are not being shared. Can we try to discuss this openly so we can understand each other better?" By confronting issues directly and with empathy, you not only help resolve the current conflict but also build a stronger foundation of trust and mutual respect for the future. If you have ever experienced or witnessed this pattern in your relationships, I encourage you to share your story in the comments below. Your insights might offer hope and guidance to someone who is struggling with similar challenges. Remember, every step toward honest communication is a step toward a more harmonious and fulfilling relationship. When you consistently ignore the red flags in your relationship, you set the stage for cumulative emotional pain that can eventually shatter trust and leave the connection unsustainable. Over time, these unresolved issues can seep into every aspect of your life, affecting your mental health, your work, and your overall happiness. I remember a friend who always brushed aside small signs of disconnect in her relationship. She dismissed her partner's repeated indifference as just a phase. Eventually, that very indifference evolved into deep-seated resentment and eroded the trust between them, leaving her emotionally exhausted and questioning her self-worth. Ignoring these warning signs may seem easier in the moment, but it often leads to a situation where both partners become trapped in a cycle of unaddressed grievances and hurt feelings. It is essential to recognize your own value and not settle for a relationship that fails to honor who you truly are. Early awareness of these issues provides a powerful opportunity to either mend the relationship through honest communication and mutual effort or to choose a healthier path that preserves your emotional well-being. True strength lies in acknowledging these signs and taking decisive action, whether that means having a candid conversation with your partner about your needs or making the difficult choice to walk away from a relationship that is causing more harm than good. I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences. Have you ever felt that ignoring small incompatibilities led to bigger issues later on? Please share your stories and thoughts in the comments below, as your insights might help someone else realize the importance of early intervention. Remember, by valuing yourself and addressing problems promptly, you pave the way toward a life filled with inner peace, success, and lasting happiness. Now, let's explore practical solutions and steps to move forward in relationships where incompatibility has begun to show. First, let's discuss communication and conflict resolution strategies. When disagreements arise, instead of letting small issues escalate into heated arguments, try to foster open dialogue by asking open-ended questions such as, "How do you feel about this situation?" or "What do you think we could do differently?" Active listening plays a crucial role here. Really hear your partner's perspective without interrupting, which can help both of you understand the underlying issues. I have seen couples transform their conflicts into opportunities for deeper connection simply by learning to communicate with empathy and respect. If these efforts aren't enough, it might be time to seek professional help. Couple therapy or individual counseling can provide a neutral space to explore the root causes of your conflict. A skilled therapist can guide you through effective communication techniques and help both partners develop healthier ways to interact. Often, professional guidance can break the cycle of unresolved issues and pave the way for lasting change, showing that sometimes external support is the key to unlocking deeper understanding and rebuilding trust. Finally, invest in your own self-growth and set clear boundaries. A relationship should nourish your well-being, not drain you. It is essential to nurture your own interests and maintain a strong sense of identity. If you find yourself consistently sacrificing your true self to meet your partner's expectations, consider establishing boundaries that protect your emotional health. Sometimes, the healthiest choice is to step away from a relationship that no longer aligns with who you are, allowing you to seek a partnership that truly respects and values your individuality. I invite you to share your experiences or questions in the comments below. Your insights may help others who are facing similar challenges. And if you found these strategies helpful, please like, subscribe, and share this video so we can continue to build a community dedicated to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. In conclusion, let's recap the key early signs of incompatibility we've discussed today: love bombing that masks a lack of genuine connection, a consistent neglect of everyday engagement, poor communication that escalates into conflict, an imbalanced dynamic of giving and receiving, the erosion of trust and respect, the loss of authenticity, and divergent visions for the future. Recognizing these signs early allows you to address issues before they grow into insurmountable problems, and it empowers you to take proactive steps in nurturing a healthy, fulfilling relationship. Remember, these signs are not a definitive end but rather an opportunity for growth. Many couples have faced these challenges and, through honest communication and mutual effort, have managed to rebuild and strengthen their bond. I once heard about a couple who, after realizing their recurring conflicts and differences in life goals, decided to seek counseling and engage in open dialogue. Over time, they learned to appreciate each other's true selves and found ways to compromise on their visions, ultimately transforming their relationship into one of resilience and mutual respect. If you've ever noticed any of these incompatibility signs in your relationship, I invite you to share your experiences in the comments below. Your story could help someone else gain the clarity they need to make a difficult decision or work toward a resolution. Also, if you found this video insightful, please take a moment to like it, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who might benefit from these insights. Remember, continuous learning and self-reflection are essential for building and maintaining healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Your journey toward self-awareness and a balanced, respectful partnership is a powerful step in creating a future filled with inner peace, success, and lasting happiness. Let's continue to grow together and empower each other with the wisdom to choose love that nurtures our true selves.